Hello, friends, and welcome back to Beyer Music Resources and the Music Educator's Worksheet Generator. My name is Brad Beyer, and I want to take you through another one of these tabs today. This one being the band instrument fingering test. Now, this one was a big one for me when I was first starting to create this. I wanted to have a way to have these worksheets that I could make for my students so they could practice writing in the fingerings on fingering charts. But it's always been such a pain in the past to create the worksheets and then put the notes in myself and getting good fingering charts. It was just a real pain. So this was a real passion of mine to make sure that I included in this. So let's take a look. Again, the formatting here is going to look very familiar to if you've been looking at the other couple tabs we've been looking at so far. You can still name your worksheet. So we'll say fingering test May 12th. And then you can still choose the number of questions. For right now, I'm going to only do 8 because that only means it's going to be one page. If you do 16, it'll put it on 2 pages, and it'll say page 1 of 1, page 2 of 2, and so forth. But for now, we're going to go right over here to the instrument and level. Now, this only works for band instruments, but again, you can still choose your instrument, and it will work within the full range of what we were doing before. So let's do a clarinet for now. And this time, let's do just the beginner first 5 notes. We'll do a couple of copies of that. And then as soon as we hit generate, it will pull up those within the first 5 notes that the clarinet learns, C, D, E, G, C, D, E, F, G. And then it pulls up our finished worksheet here. Again, just a couple of seconds. Anything from C up to G, and it's got a nicely laid out clarinet fingering chart here for you, and multiple copies of that same thing. Now, as always, we can still do this in a full band setting. So we can go right up here. Let's do the expert range. Why not? Let's live dangerously. I'm just going to keep one copy of each of those, but you could set your own ensemble numbers in there so that you can do one clean print for your whole band. But let's go down here and hit generate again. And it's going to start down where it was there within the frame there. But so I've got my flute worksheet here. It's again pulling from the full range of the flute down to my oboe range, and then bassoon, and then clarinet, and so forth. And all of these have their own unique versions of the of their proper fingering charts, and they're named right there with the instrument for each one, so you know who to give to which page to what. And then the other thing I didn't mention here, if you this is kind of a nitty-gritty thing, I guess, but on the expert level, did I choose expert? Yes, we're on expert. Whenever you get down into the baritones and tubas, it actually goes to 4-valve versions of that, of the fingering chart, just because I figured if you're doing expert level stuff, you're probably going to be on a 4-valve instrument. Again, you don't have to use it, but I threw that in there. And just for comparison, I would say it goes down to malice down there. But for comparison, if I went back here and I did an intermediate or a beginner level version of just one of those instruments, let's say baritone, BC, intermediate, and I just do one page, it'll come down and it only has the 3-valve combination. But again, this is a pretty powerful tool I think that you can use to create some great fingering practice for your students, especially in those early days of the school year when they are really just trying to learn the real basics, and they just need so much repetition. So hopefully you find value in this. If you do, if you would be so kind as to tell a friend and share any of the Facebook resources or things that we've been sending out, and just take send the word out about the Music Educator's Worksheet Generator. We would love for more people to be able to have access to this. So thanks for listening. Have a great day.